my impression, tragically, the Amazon organizing efforts are stymied right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the Starbucks folks are not. And the Starbucks folks are young people who will not be stymied. The tragedy is they can't organize at the national level. They have to organize shop by shop by shop. But I can tell you, if Bernie's serious, two things, based on the hearings that they held the other day, he talked about bringing Schultz back within a few weeks to testify again how he has better addressed labor relations. By the way, based on those hearings, that should have been a court trial because he could have been indicted for what he did. He broke the law, Schultz and the company. Nevertheless, the second thing is that back in now go back to the 1930s, Robert La Follette Jr., who was the senator from the state. His father was senior Robert La Follette, the famous progressive. The son,
Fighting Bob, if you've heard of him.
Fighting Bob. The son, in the 30s, that progressive Republican folk, FDR turned his back on the Democratic Party in Wisconsin in the 30s and basically backed the progressives in the state of Wisconsin. Robert La Follette Jr. launched a Senate investigation. It was called the La Follette Committee, that traveled around the country investigating labor practices. And it revealed to Americans, this is historical fact, that major corporations were creating arsenals in their factories, armored cars, machine guns, all of that stuff in order to fend off labor occupations and other kinds of working class initiatives. Well, maybe Bernie should take these hearings on the road. Admittedly, we have television today. They didn't have television then. But one thing, if Bernie did, is it might well encourage all the more young people at Starbucks and Amazon warehouses to say, well, hell, indeed, let's organize, right? And let's see how Bezos and Schultz and the rest of the billionaires would respond to that kind of energy, because Biden hasn't afforded it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the through line from and thank you for the historical details, because I'm somewhat familiar with okay, here's the big things, of course, but educating everyone on that.
Yeah, and if I sound angry,
that I got,
I am.
No,
I am.
Oh yeah, no, it's
not with you. I'm angry
frustrating.
because they had the audacity to portray Biden as the next FDR.
Oh, he's the most progressive president in our lifetime.
In their lifetime,
correct.
not my lifetime. Even Lyndon Johnson, war aside, was the most progressive in my lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, personal opinions. It's like I wasn't expecting as much, and he has done a lot more than I expected it. But so the through line though, I got FDR kind of came in and said, we are doing these things, and then implemented these policies. You had Reagan, who came in with a coordinated effort of a lot of people from Capitol, and then undid a lot of these various things. Where my question is
Carter.
Sorry, Carter.
Carter paved the way for Reagan.
Okay.
So where my question comes in, and if what I was hoping to have answered is, for us, I'm not going to be the president, at least
not yet.
Not in 20 years, and probably not ever. I am someone where I will canvass, I will donate, I will come and speak my mind. What have you found historically in terms of what has worked to actually push things in? Is it literally we just need to find the right people and vote in the right people and convince people to vote for this? Or is it as simple as that? Or are there other things?
Okay, let's start with the first part. The first part of your question. I may have said this on Jen's show already.
Mm-hmm.
If a candidate tells you they want to fight for you, don't trust them. If a candidate inspires the fight in you, trust them. That's the candidate you want, okay, when you go to vote. Otherwise, be prepared to vote defensively.
Yep.
That's, okay, let's put it that way. But I will also tell you, if the labor movement is not reinvigorated on a massive scale, the Democrats have no chance of winning because the Republicans will mobilize the unorganized more effectively by using the cultural issues, by talking about Democrats as big spenders, Democrats as identity politics.
The coastal elites. I hear that a lot in suburban Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Well, the Democrats do come off that way. They do. They come off as sanctimonious.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it turns people off. And when you're having a populist revolution and the Democrats are sanctimonious and elitist, the people are going to go to the right. They're going to go with the right-wing populism that's being offered to them, even though it isn't real.
Okay, the next thing I'm also, as long as you're asking, you find in every county, I assume Florida has county Democratic parties.
We do, but ours is only 6 counties.
I'm actually missing my meeting for this podcast.
That's true everywhere. You take them over.
We're working, Florida, the Florida Democratic Party only really exists in like some counties. We don't have, it's out of like all the counties here. I think they're only in like 7 of them or so.
There are 3 clubs within
here's the tragedy. Here's the tragedy. And I'll use Florida as the proof of my argument. So Republicans, not just Republicans, utterly fascist types win in Florida these days, right? I mean, your governor is like... God help us, okay? I mean, he
leans authoritarian.
He leans authoritarian. I just ordered his book today because I want to.
I'm happy to have a full Florida episode in the future. But
you want to, a Florida episode.
My point is this: when the $15 minimum wage was on the ballot, it passed.
Yep.
And in other states, when progressive issues end up on the ballot, they get an act, they pass.
Yeah.
Moreover, not everywhere, obviously. Moreover, what we just did on Tuesday tells everyone the Democrats have a way forward. You've got to be aggressive on the progressive questions. Okay?
They generally back down and move to the right because they're scared. They'd actually rather win over Republicans than progressives.
And I got a great example, Harvey, the Dunn County nonprofit healthcare. So our Wisconsin Revolution had a little context. Ballot referendums in Wisconsin are non-binding. So there wasn't any actual legislative change. This was more just, let's see what the voters think. But
a sense of the people or something like that. A
sense of the people. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So we went to the Dunn County, which is in northwestern Wisconsin, very rural, very white, very conservative. And they had a problem. The county was spending $500,000 a month on employee health insurance, and it was a massive black hole on their budget month after month after month. Well, John Calabrese, one of the Dunn County supervisors, who was also with OWR at the time, went to them and said, hey, guys, I have a solution. What if we tried, I don't know, or had some kind of national not-for-profit health insurance program? I don't know, maybe toss that out there. And they voted on it. It passed unanimously on the county board. Then it went to the ballot in November. It passed 51-49 in very white, very rural, very conservative Dunn County, Wisconsin, meaning it outperformed the victorious incumbent Democratic governor by 14 points, and it outperformed Mandela Barnes by 17 points. These policies win even in rural conservative America, as long as you avoid the buzzwords, right? They hear Medicare for all, or they hear anything that they can mentally link to socialism, they're going to instantaneously shut down. But nobody likes their health insurance, right? They like their doctors. And when you offer them a potential solution to the predatory insurance industry, they are more than willing to jump on it.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.